listed it.
Yeah.
So no matter what
Yeah,
happens, you're gonna get paid.
He gets listed.
I mean, as much as I'd like to represent both sides, but, you know, they have to sell. They don't like these on the market very long.
Do they cut your commission if you have both sides?
No. Nope. Nope. No, HUD and BLB very fair. They're all about fair. Everything's got to be fair. That's why it's on the market for 14 days. That's why I'm cut out of the
can't buy it.
Contract price. Like, I don't know how many contracts, what they are. You know, most I can tell you that it's been shown a lot. So
That you know of?
that I know.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably people out there looking in the window and all that kind of stuff, seeing what's going on.
On these homes, do we have to have a key?
There's a lockbox on it.
Standard lockbox.
Lockbox, and it's in showing time, so it's ongoing show.
And that's that particular property.
I would say pretty much all these should be go and show lockbox. All of them have to have a lockbox on them, and they should all be go and show. So if you're in a neighborhood, you drive by something, and
It's
you
the
see
last four digits of the numbers.
case number on mine. Yep.
Okay.
So if you're out there driving around and you see a HUD home with a client, you know, stop, call the agent, and we'll tell you how to get in there.
What is the process for you to become an agent, a HUD approved agent?
When they open up the submission, you have to apply.
And there's a time period for that?
Yeah. Somebody will have to back out. When they first took, they did have 4 of us. When they first took all 4 on, the inventory was through the roof. We used to have 4 pages of HUD homes on this thing. Now we're down to 2, and we still have the 4 agents. So I don't know if they're going to be opening them up anytime soon.
So we could still sell them, but we wouldn't be a HUD approved agent.
Correct.
Right. Okay. So if we actually got a bite, would that be something that I would come to you?
No, just treat it as a normal buyer.
Okay.
Normal buyer. If you have questions about anything, give me a call. But yeah, just nice house in Summers Point.
And some of these things are so weird. I've been looking at one in Mays Landing. I mean, you look at the photos from just 2 years ago, and the place looks so nice. And now you go in, it looks like a bomb rolled in.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how fast things go down.
Some of them age very quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, some of them age. Yeah, this thing's for sale for $140,000. It's got an in-ground pool and a hot tub.
What conditions is it in?
Insured with escrow.
Chemies it needs work.
Needs some work.
But then you go to that.
So if we want to submit an offer, we would go to the, you got addendums page, I guess?
Yep. To check what it is. Just like I'm doing now. You know, just. And the LBP is lead-based paint disclosure. So this place needs a roof, needs an electric meter, needs some paint. Lead-based paint.
I was looking for the initials to be put on that.
Yeah.
That's submitted with the buyer's offer.
So the PCR is clean on it. You know, pass, no deficiencies, utilities, it's a clean house.
Roof is in acceptable condition, okay.
Yeah, it says replace shingles, so,
Wind blown maybe?
yeah. But I mean, that's a nice house for $140,000.
And extended, that means you could put an offer as an investor.
Yep.
But we can't.
Yep. Yeah, you can't buy it yourself.
What about if you have customers that have LLCs and you could be a partner with them in an LLC? Is that going circumventing it, or is that?
That's still you buying it.
Yeah, okay. I just didn't want to I wanna make sure, cause one investor wanted me to go partners with them on something.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's still you with your hand in the cookie jar.
So you gotta get a friendly second cousin, I guess.
So, just hang out a while, you'll find somebody.
It looks pretty good, it does look good. Power wash wouldn't hurt it.
It's weird, a lot of these homes that I've been getting lately have been nice appliances.
So, when it gets to be a HUD home, BLM goes through and they clean it up.
Yeah, when I receive the home, it is supposed to be broom swept, completely cleaned out, and nobody there. I think I've only received one property where there was still stuff in the crawl space, and that was it. So, you know, when you're showing a HUD home, you know, you're not going to be walking into a mess with a kitchen full of food and all that kind of stuff.
Why would they use you? I'm not.
Why would HUD?
Yeah.
To cut them out of the middle.
To
You know,
isolate.
they don't want 45 phone calls in 3 days on one property when they have probably in the state, probably 2,000.
So they're willing to pay you just to maintain, just to go through and look it over and check, make sure it's good.
Yeah, yeah, and handle the process.
So if you go through the house and you notice there's something wrong, you just call.
I have to contact BLM and take pictures of it and report it. You know, the homes, they have it set up very well where, say
It
you
looks
have,
like it's organized.
when you have it, say you have a house under contract and, you know, something happens to the house. Like I'm out there with time, date, stamped photos, so we can pretty much pinpoint when something happens to the house. Between me and the field service manager, somebody's there probably once a week. So we can nail down, you know, something happened within this 2-day time frame. You know, either to recover something or to catch somebody doing something.
Wind damage.
Wind damage. We can get it.
Wind drops down and bang.
We can get it taken care of pretty quick.
Right.
So it's not going to be sitting there vacant and leaking for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Right.
So it's a good system where they have it set up. Also, it's a good way of preventing people from saying, oh, well, when I had the house under contract, there was an AC condenser. Now it's gone. You know, with time date stamped photos, you can pinpoint if it was there when he put it under contract or if it was never there to begin with.
Right. Right. So what is BLM? Do they have local contractors that come out there? What do they? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they babysit the properties, make sure everything's okay, winterize it, winterize it.
So if you're a contractor, you can apply to work with BLM.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And get yourself a little steady winter work.
Yep.
Got you.
Stephanie from the office, Stephanie O'Grady, she does it. She does it. I don't know if she works for herself or if she works for another company.
I don't know, Stephanie. Yeah.
I've only met her once.
So you pretty much daily go through this and look it over for your investors and then send it out to your investors?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll look up everything that gets to extended. As soon as it becomes extended, I'll, actually, I lied. When it gets about 3 days left in the owner-occupant period, I'll start sending it out to investors.
Right.
Just because as soon as that property becomes extended, that first night they review bids. There's no set 7-day, 14-day time period for investors. So if you have an investor interested, the second this thing becomes extended, he can put in a bid.
When it says new, is that new to the market or is that new extended?
New to the market.
New to the market.
I lied. This one's new extended.
Okay.
Yeah, this one just opened up.
Because you're familiar with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you basically, if it's a hot home, you want to be ready to submit a bid
Yeah.
for investors immediately when it becomes extended.
Yep. Because a lot of owner occupants, they don't want a project. You know, they might be, their threshold might be fixing a kitchen, but their threshold is not fixing wiring, fixing pipes, fixing floors, fixing all that kind of stuff. They don't want a project.
And that's why you go to the the report on the property.
Yep, yep. Yeah, as much as, you know, you might wanna just grab them by the neck and shake them and say, listen, you can get in this house, put 30, and then you're walking in with 60 grand of equity, people just don't want to
They
deal with it.
don't get it, no,
They-
they don't.
So that's why you have to have your investor ready, because you know that you might show this to an owner occupant that doesn't want the project, but they like the house, they like the area. You might be able to sell it to one of your investors and have your end user, your owner occupant, come back and buy it from the investor that did the work.
Mhm.
So I mean, there's a good way to roll this into you know, a steady stream.
So you're just familiar with most of these properties? You just look at this daily?
Yeah,
Interesting, really interesting.
yeah, it's steady. You know, if investor buys the home, give them 2 months, 3 months, you're gonna have it back on the market as a new house.
Right.
And in that 2 months, 3 months, you know it's coming down your pipeline, so you can tell people looking, be like, here, look at this, look at this, look at this. If you get them in early enough, you might be able to hook them up with the builder and, you know, pick the cabinets they want, pick the granite they want, pick the flooring they want. It's
So
steady
by-
business.
So by the time the investor gets it, you already know what's gonna be selling for.
Yeah,
So at that point you can do it.
yeah, yeah, it's, you know, a lot of people look at the prices and say, oh, it's, you know, $40,000 or $80,000 or $70,000. But say they buy it for $70,000 and they, you know, flip it. You know, with that house, you'd probably be selling it for 165 when it's done. So I mean, 70 plus 165, you know, you're starting to creep up on a decent paycheck.
Yeah.
So, and then once you make your investor happy, he's going to be looking more and more and more. So it's a ball that you just start rolling down the hill, and you know, a lot of people shy away from HUD because they're strict with their guidelines. I think it's easier with them being strict. You know, I had a deal in Northfield where it was an extremely popular house. And the people wanted to walk away from the deal because it had sediment in the hot water heater. What these people don't realize is HUD's not going to fix it. The property's as is. So if they walk away with a hot property, there's more than likely a backup bid that they're just going to roll right into.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it makes things easier. You know, do you want to walk away or no? Do you want to lose a house over a $400 water heater?
Right.
So,
You made a comment that, okay, now that extended, your investor puts in an offer immediately through you.
yep.
It gets accepted. They'll know immediately it was accepted or pretty quick, you'll
They'll know the next day.
Okay, at that point, nothing else will be submitted for
No.
that property?
No, it disappears off HUD Home Store. Gone.
Okay, so once an offer is accepted, you're
Yeah,
you're good to go, now you just gotta fulfill all the other requirements.
Yeah, I got one accepted yesterday at 3 or 4. It's not on here today. So, you know, they yank it off there right away. So there's no way to, you know, place a bid on a property that's already had a bid accepted, because it can't go through me. Now, the one thing with an investor that you can do during the owner-occupant period, if the owner-occupant, like we said on the PCR, runs into something on the home inspection that wasn't disclosed on the PCR, they can walk away from the deal, and if it's something that wasn't disclosed, their money returned, their deposit money returned. Investors do not get their money returned. Investors are considered professionals. They should know what they're getting involved in. So during that owner-occupant period, the investor can come in and snoop around, have a builder, have a contractor, whatever, snoop around and see what's going on with the property beforehand, just so he's prepared. If not, if the investor's entitled to a home inspection also, but if something comes up, no matter what, disclosed or not, he does not get his deposit money returned.
And they'll spell out the minimum deposit.
Yeah, under 50,500, over 50,000, 1,000.
So he's got subject to losing $500.
Yep, yep.
$1,000.
So it's you know, it's basically buyer beware with the investor. So
Good to know.
that's one
So
thing.
an owner occupant, it's only $100 if it's under?
$100 down. The owner occupant still has to come up with the 500 or 1,000.
But it's refundable
Yep.
if they find something other than listed.
Yep,
Right,
yep.
okay. Interesting.
So the investor just has to be aware that, you know, if he walks away, then, you know, there's gonna be a problem.
Okay.
So if you got a couple of customers that are looking for homes to move into, this really sets a different bar for me. I never realized how this could be really something good.
Yeah, it's to me, it's obvious. You know, you know, we have agents upstairs that are doing everything in the world to get customers. And all they have to do is take that house on HUD in Summers Point and just blast it, and they'll get tired of their phone ringing. I'm tired of my phone ringing. It's a good way, and it's a good way to get investors. You know, if you make an investor money once or twice, he's going to love you.
Yeah.
So a lot of the agents, you know, are missing the street to turn down.
You know what it is? I didn't understand a lot of what you just went through, quite honestly. I mean, this is, I have a different opinion of it now, as I did before. I mean, still have a lot to learn about it, but it's definitely something that, it's kind of, to me, no-brainer, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, you can put, if you can get it advertised or get it to your clients, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a lot of people looking at homes now and they want to do a little work. This is ideal. And they're
This
gonna
is
live in it.
ideal. If you want to do a little bit of work, this is ideal.
I have, not to make it sound prejudiced, I have a lot of Spanish people that are very handy, very capable, and they're looking for homes that they can do the work on.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
Because if you buy one of these, do a little bit of work, I mean, you're walking in with equity.
Yeah.
A lot of equity.
That's interesting, really interesting. I mean, I have to figure how I can put it into some kind of plan of attack and how to market it.
Well, if I was you and you were me, I would take a home, say something like this. I would figure out, I'd walk through it myself, figure out what your costs are. You know, wiring, plumbing, roof, siding, windows. I'd figure everything out. Say you buy it for $30,000 or $39,000, 40 for the ballpark. 40, you need to put 40 into it, so you're in it for 80.
Right.
I would figure out in the neighborhood what that house all done up would sell for.
Correct.
So you know your costs are going to be 80. Say your out sale is going to be 135. You know your 55 grand profit minus real estate commissions and all that kind of stuff. So you can walk into a developer or an investor and say, listen, this is your cost, this is your cost. Here's your out sale, this is your profit. You know, do all your work beforehand, just so he knows you're serious.
I have a program that I created that'll help me calculate that. And I just have to research what the resale value would be.
Yeah. I mean, look at this.
You have your estimates on, are there a set number of contractors, people that you use to make the estimate?
I usually use estimates myself just from what I've paid in the past. It seems every time I get a contractor or a plumber or an electrician or somebody that I really like, I don't know what it is, but they get really, really busy and stop calling me back in a timely fashion, so I move on. So I pretty much just try to use who I've used in the past with their number. So I know what a roof that size generally costs. I know
Right.
what, you know, a water heater costs, I know what the HVAC costs, the condensers cost, stuff like that. I just use with what I've paid before.
In other words, you have an electrician, you bring him in and you say, I need a new main breaker, and I've got a couple of you know, dead outlets in the kitchen. What do you think?
Yeah.
Now, so you bring in a professional
Yeah.
to go over the different things.
Yep.
If you see in the PCM like the plumbing is questionable, you would bring in a plumber.
Bring in a plumber, have him do a pressure test. See if you can hear where the deficiencies are. See if there's
Right.
just one, see if there's multiple,
Right.
and see if there's some cheaper way to get around it.
Right. But that would, you would bear the cost of the
Yeah.
plumbing inspection.
Yeah.
Okay.
You said something which Sean had said something as well with investments. You get builders, the repair people are hard. If they show up, half the time they don't show up.
Yeah,
And you're saying the same exact thing.
yeah. I don't know what it is, they just get busy. I think that's why my painting business is so busy, because I actually show up and answer the phone. But there's, case in point, I was doing my mom's house, and I called 6 roofers to come give me a price. Three called me back, and 1 actually showed up. So I don't know if I'm in the wrong business and I should open a roofing business or what.
That's just the service, that's just the way they are. I had somebody went out of state to get people to come in and do the work.
Yeah.
They showed up. I mean, they gave a good price, but they showed up.
Yeah.
That was the guy's comment.
Yeah. Yeah, so. All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Tom.
You're
Appreciate
welcome,
it.
guys.
Appreciate it.